Hey y'all, I'm not finna hold you too long. I just want to say like three things. One, I love the support on the first one. Y'all boys is crazy. They keep going. I've jumped like 50 subscribers since we've dropped this video. Let's hit another 50, 60, get me up to 700. You know what I mean? Two, I am streaming tonight, May 18th. 9 o'clock Eastern. Probably beforehand, but by 9 o'clock Eastern time, I will be streaming God of War on the hardest difficulty. Watch me get wrecked. And three, I hope you guys enjoy. We'll pick up part 2 where we left part 1. Peace. The next day, Kakashi realizes that Zabuza is most likely alive and that Haku was working with him. He tells him that the four of them have been improving rapidly and that their constant competition has been a major catalyst for that. The next day, they meet in the woods and start their tree climbing training. Like normal, Sakura easily climbs the tree. This time Goku's here and he's able to climb the tree with almost as much ease. Kakashi thinks that Sakura has the best control over her chakra, but potential-wise, Goku seems to have one of the highest ceilings he's ever seen, right behind that knucklehead Naruto. Goku then uses his tail to hang from a branch on a tree and starts to wave at Naruto and Sasuke, who are still sitting on the ground. Seeing this, along with Kakashi's taunts, frustrates and motivates both Sasuke and Naruto to keep pushing. During the next couple of days, Sasuke and Naruto go into the wood to attempt their tree climbing exercises, and Goku's also there, using a shadow clone to practice his taijutsu. On the third day, Naruto goes to Goku and asks for some advice. Goku says he really can't explain how he does it, but he asks Naruto why he just doesn't use the shadow clone to help him learn. This confuses Naruto, who asks him what he means. Goku tells him that the reason he trains with his clone is because it helps provide twice the training. He not only gets to fine-tune his movements, but he also gets to learn his bad habits once his clone returns back to him. Naruto then makes 4 clones and has them all look in different directions. He then returns them. He notices that he's able to see what all of them just saw, and it blows his mind. He then starts with 4 clones and starts doing his training and quickly improves, blowing by not only Sasuke but also Goku. Sasuke, seeing his team improve quickly while he stays and struggles at the bottom, upsets him. He thinks that there's no way he'll be able to get his revenge. He desires power, and that desire grows more and more throughout their training. The following day, Goku uses one of his clones to train his chakra control while he spars with Naruto and one of Naruto's clones. Naruto then has 2 of his clones continue the tree climbing. Sasuke finally reaches the top of the tree and stares down below at his sparring teammates. Sasuke, frustrated with how much he's being left behind, swallows his pride and asks Naruto and Goku to help him learn the shadow clone so he can improve in his training as well. Naruto taunts him at first, but Goku says he would help. Seeing this, Naruto also joins in and helps Sasuke learn the technique. During the next 3 days, the teammates all spar together while training their chakra control, and during this time, Sasuke starts getting pushed back more and more by Goku. But during this time, his eyes also start to glow red, and he notices that everyone's attack seems to be getting slower and slower. Once it seems like his Sharingan fully activates, he quickly takes out Naruto, and that just leaves him and Goku. Their fight is intense, with Sasuke throwing Goku towards a tree. He stops it by putting chakra towards his feet. Goku then shoots a fireball jutsu, which is countered by Sasuke's own fireball jutsu. Goku then tries to move in behind Sasuke, who sees him clearly and stops him. But unfortunately for Sasuke, Goku is too strong and hits him with a punch right in his gut, which knocks him out. Even though Sasuke was able to see it, he's unable to stop it and is just laying on the ground. After doing this, Goku panics and picks up Sasuke and starts to carry him back to the house. He tells Naruto that he'll see him there, and before he leaves, he notices a familiar scent. He then sees Naruto talking to some lady, but he doesn't think much about it. Later that day, while Sasuke is resting, the team went out and they ended up having an encounter with Zabuza and Haku. Zabuza taunts Kakashi and the team, but says that he can tell that the little ninjas have improved some, but they're still no match for Haku. Haku then starts to attack and Goku steps up to fight him. Goku clearly outspeeds Haku, which is shocking to both of them. Goku ends up cracking Haku's mask and forcing him to fall back. Once they pause for a second, Goku notes that he remembers this sin and asks if Haku was the girl that Naruto spoke with earlier today. After hearing this, Naruto is surprised and says it couldn't be. That woman seemed so nice and kind-hearted, and that no one like that would work with a demon like Zabuza. After a small pause, Haku responds telling him that he was the person who spoke to Goku. Goku agrees with Naruto, saying that he doesn't seem like a bad guy, so he wonders why he would work with Zabuza. Haku then tells Goku his backstory and says that he must kill him in order to complete his dream, and that's just the way of a ninja. He then traps Goku in his ice mirrors, and for a while, Goku's on the ropes, being unable to do anything other than barely dodge Haku's attacks. He then starts to wonder how he's going to get out of this. During this time, Naruto and Sakura have been protecting Tazuna while Kakashi fights Zabuza. Naruto then creates 3 clones and tells him to stay here with Tazuna and Sakura as he goes to help Goku. But before Naruto can even move, Sasuke shows up and he tells Naruto that he has it. Sasuke then activates his Sharingan and starts to attack the ice mirrors from the outside, which distracts Haku and allows Goku to start to do the same from the inside. Sasuke with his Sharingan activated and Goku with his physical gifts are too fast for even Haku to keep up with. Haku then focuses all of his energy on Goku, trying to kill him as quickly as possible, but with the help of Sasuke, Goku is able to catch Haku as he's changing mirrors, knocking him out. The rest of the fight plays out pretty much the same, with Kakashi ending up beating Zabuza in the death of Zabuza and Haku. After completing the mission, Team 7 heads back to their village. Once they're back, Goku focuses on his training even more. He wonders if he would have been able to beat Haku by himself, and he doesn't think that he would have. He then speaks to the 3rd Hokage, who's like a grandfather to him, and tells him all about Haku and asks if he has any tips for his training. The 3rd laughs and says that it sounds like that fight would have been hard even for him. He then tells Goku to focus on his outstanding natural gifts and his undying flame to get stronger, and things will surely work out for him. Goku smiles back and asks him if he can train with him, and the 3rd tells him that he would love to, but he has an important meeting coming up that he has to prepare for. The 3rd then summons Enma and says that Enma would be a much better training partner for him anyway. A few days later, Kakashi gathers Team 7 and tells them that the Chunin exams are coming up, and unfortunately, only 3 of them can go. The other one would have to wait a year before they could take the exam. Kakashi states that while all 4 of them have improved drastically, that Sakura is the only one he thinks might not be prepared for the exam. So, he recommends that she waits this one out. This upsets Naruto, who tries to argue that Sakura is an important member of the team and that she should be allowed to go too, but Sakura interrupts him, and even though she's depressed by the statement, she does agree with Kakashi. The next day, the trio of Naruto, Sasuke, and Goku head towards the exam. Things change slightly because since Sakura is not here, Lee doesn't find the need to fight Sasuke, so that fight never happens. Sasuke does fight one of the ninjas though, who's blocking the pathway to the 3rd floor, but gets rid of him easily, impressing the other ninjas who see him. And for the first part of the exam, they see no major changes, with all 3 students passing, and Naruto and Goku both not answering any questions. But something to note is that Kabuto still interacts with Team 7, giving them different rankings on different ninjas who were in the exam. When Sasuke asks about Gaara and he starts to read off his stats, this impresses Goku, who gets excited, hoping that he's able to fight on one day. Yes, this is where we're going to end part 2. I have some big plans for part 3. It's one of my favorite parts to write is the fights in the Forge of Death and the tournaments. And I love the Chunin exam. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it. Remember, subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like button and like always comment, man. I love hearing you guys' thoughts and talking to you. I'll see you next time. Peace.